Dear friends, it is a very interesting discussion on neuroticism. It's very important in psychology because though not almost all people, at least many of us definitely will have this psychological problem, that is neuroticism. What is this neuroticism? A person afflicted with neuroticism will have anxiety and irritable nature, always anxious nature for each and everything. He grows anxious and he develops irritation. Suppose he has faced some unpleasant situation or unpleasant man, a person whom he doesn't like, for example. He is facing or he has confronted with that man. Easily he feels irritable. Suppose the situation is unpleasant, most unpleasant, immediately getting emotional. So emotional stability will not be there. Instability will be there, rooted very deep. That means he is hypersensitive to each and everything. Some unpleasant situation or troublesome situation, because always in our life some trouble or the other, some frustration or the other, some disappointment or the other will be facing. As the great novelists, psychological novelists, they are the great novelists among the top 10 novelists in the world. Thomas Hardy, one, another one is D.H. Lawrence. These two great novelists say unanimously one important thing, that is, happiness is but an occasional episode in the general drama of pain. That means in our life, pain is a common phenomenon. Pain out of some disappointment, frustration, unpleasant situation, unpleasant circumstance, etc., etc. This is a common thing, and happiness is just like a spark in the sky. It comes and disappears. Happiness comes and disappears very shortly, very immediately. So that's why he says happiness is but an occasional episode in the general drama. In the general drama of pain, he said, that is, often we will be facing some trouble, some disappointment or the other. But here, this person afflicted with neuroticism will be emotional, and he will be facing the stress unnecessarily. He can't beat that stress also at the same time. For example, a student has appeared for the examination. He expected that he would be getting some 80%, 90%, because nowadays the merit is based on the percentage of marks, materialistic approach. Suppose he has, to his dismay or to his expectation, suppose he has got 60% instead of 80 or 90 marks. Immediately he will be subjected to stress. He will lose his temperament, good temper. So what will happen? That lack of reliance, we can say. Reliance means some strength, ability to face the problem, to face the adverse situation, adverse result. He should be blessed with that. He should be endowed with that resilience. But here, the person afflicted with this neuroticism will not have this resilience. Because of the lack of resilience, what will happen? He feels disappointed, frustrated by the adverse situation. Same is the case with the employee also. Suppose an employee, let's take an example from your workplace. You have been working very well. You are putting up your hard work, a very honest work, sincere work. Even then, you are not being applauded or appreciated by your own boss or head of the department. And moreover, you have been criticized for some lapses on your part, let us imagine. Immediately we feel disappointed because we have that neuroticism. No, a person with neuroticism will always be subjected to some frustration or some depression or the other, because he is unable to cope up. He is unable to beat that stress or disappointment or some unpleasant situation. So these are the qualities generally people will have. And apart from that, some people, that means, see, all people will not have all these qualities. Some 2 3 qualities or 4 qualities, and now I have told you some 4 or 5 qualities. Even for a small problem, he feels disappointed, overwhelmed. Oh, what will happen? What may happen? Suppose he has written that examination very well. One student, some engineering student or some graduate, has written the examination very well, and he expects more than 80%, 90%, because he has been already warned by his parents or teacher, for example professor. He says, no, next time you have to get more than 80%, because most of the people are just simply they are relying on percentage of marks, very cumulative of knowledge, and mucking by heart and vomiting in the examination, getting marks. On the basis of the marks only, your merit is decided. That has so the education system has become like that. So, to his surprise, again in the examination, suppose the examination results are being out, revealed. So, when he is about to see that result or paper, answer papers, the professors they are giving the answer to him. Hey, you see and look into that your marks in the answer sheet, and all that he is about to give. Immediately tension, lot of tension. For a small thing, for a small minor problem, his mind is overwhelmed. That is called overwhelming. Oh, I may get whether I have got 80%, 90%, or again 60%, as in the case of last year paper, last semester paper, like that. A lot of tension and lot of that is called hypertension. Hypertension he will face. Oh, hypertension not only in such type of examination or in your workplace and or any unpleasant situation. Suppose your sweetheart has deceived you or betrayed you, and immediately hypertension. Oh my God, she has betrayed me, deceived me. What deceived? What cheating? Is there any cheating? Because she has changed her mind. It's quite natural. Woman will be always perverted. Shakespeare says, frailty, thy name is woman, he said. It's a standard expression in Shakespeare. So in almost all Shakespeare plays, we will be finding that, oh, frailty, thy name is woman. That means woman will be generally resorting to, not all, many, will be resorting to such type of frailty or betrayal. If you have the mind, good mind, oh, what is that? Nothing. We can change. She has changed her lover. Okay, it will change, because there is the world is very vast. You can find some person or the other who is very much beloved. Some person or the other, you can search, nothing wrong in it. So, in a person with good counseling, who has received very good counseling by company, by friends, by teacher, by parent, he will face the problem very happy. So here also, as a student, in respect of result, if he has received very good counseling from a teacher or a parent or a friend, he will understand, oh, these results, academic results, are erratic sometimes in many respects. In 10th class or in intermediate or at the graduate level, wherever, results will be sometimes, not sometimes, more times, very frequently, very often, we can find the erratic valuation, because everybody is just studying. No selection of art, no selection of some occupation, no selection of some other talented work or instrumental work or some other artisan, nothing doing. Everybody is going to the academic work, academic studies. Whether he has intelligence or not, whether he is interested in education or not, everybody is going, and because of that, what will happen? The examination papers are in bundles, bulky papers. So the bulky paper, he can't immediately erratic evaluation. Instead of 60, he will be giving 80, 75, 90. Instead of 80 or 90 marks, sometimes the examiner is giving 70 marks or 50 marks. We can't imagine. If he is really endowed with such type of good counseling by a friend or teacher or some other parent, then he can face, he can beat that stress. He can understand. We will have the clarity, a very good understanding. There will not be any hypertension. But this man, more or less, he is belonging to type C personality, because always reserved, always closed his mind. He doesn't try to reveal his emotions, though negative emotions, no problem. In the previous video, I told you about type A, type B, type C character personalities. So this man here, this person who is afflicted with this neuroticism, belongs to type C, more or less. He doesn't reveal his emotions also. Because of that hypertension and a feeling of fear and guilty. Suppose father says, parent says, what is this? These days you are in running down condition regarding your education. And it seems that you have fallen in love with some other person and all that. Then immediately you will have the feeling of fear and guilty and all that. Why? Being a matured person at the age of 21, 22, 23, you must be self-confident, you must be blessed with reliance. Instead of these virtues, you will have this fear, tension, worry, hypertension and all that. So anyway, the concluding point here regarding the person who is a person with neuroticism will be like this. You will have startle reflex, simply saying, or moro reflex, psychological term. What is that startle reflex or moro reflex? The meaning of that is this. Suppose a small girl, a small infant, 1 year boy, 1 year child, or 6 months child, are sleeping there in the cradle, sleeping very silent, calm, peaceful. All of a sudden, suppose that child who is in the lap of a mother or who is in the cradle, sleeping in the cradle, immediately when that child hears some disturbed high sound, he feels disturbed and cries out all of a sudden. So that kind of feeling, that kind of tension, worry, this person will have, this neurotic person. So this neurosis should be done away with. It should be given up. Otherwise, the behavior, it has its impact on the behavior of a man. Now I will conclude with the behavior. What kind of behavior the person with neuroticism will have? I will tell you in short. So here the person who is afflicted with this neuroticism, the feelings which I have not told you, he will have the fragile mind, fragile, weak mind, no strengthy mind, no self-confidence, always weak. Because of that, even he will have the fragile relations, human relations with others, not only with not only with others outside, teachers, friends, colleagues, also with family members. That is the problem. Neuroticism means. So he doesn't have any kind of good relation with anybody else for that matter, whosoever he is, even family member for that matter, unless and until he will have a very good bosom friend or a lover, sweetheart. Even there, only 50% of his mind will be revealed. So emotional instability in each and everything he will be expressing in studying, for example. Whether I can get good marks or not, whether I can be successful or not, whether I can get the job or not. Unstable mind. Emotional instability we can call. Even employee for that matter. Okay, what is that? Even if I work hard and put up my sincere work, dedicated work and all that, my boss may appreciate me or not. My services may be recognized or not. What is? So that kind of unstable mind you will have. And suppose he wants to apply for a job, or he wants to select a life partner, there is a lot of confusion. You will be on the horns of dilemma, indecisive predicament, whether I can select that girl or not. She is educated, more educated than me. I am only a postgraduate, but she is MA B.Ed, MSc B.Ed or MPhil. Oh, she is more educated than what I have studied, and she has individuality also. Whether I can survive well or not, whether I accept this marriage or not, like that unstable mind with instability, indecisive predicament, he suffers a lot in himself, just like a type C personality, which I have told you earlier in the previous video. Type A, type B, type C. Please look at it once. So, what is, and because of this fragile mind, fragile thinking, indecisive nature. Suppose he faces any unpleasant situation, he will be criticizing others. Suppose parents say, "Why you have not selected that girl as a life partner?" He says, "No, no, no, you don't know whether she is good. How can you say, no, 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 I don't want that woman. She is not up to the mark." Like that, he will be criticizing, indulging in criticism. By criticizing others, he feels very happy because he is mentally weak, first of all, and he doesn't like to have very good human relations. There's no sociable nature. That means he doesn't move with others sociably because of his weakness and all that. So, if the neuroticism level of neuroticism goes high, the level, high level, if he has a high level of neuroticism, what will happen? He is a great failure in dealing with the men and matters in life. Any decision he can't take. He can't work in his, he can't show his performance in his work job. Suppose a student, he may not concentrate well on his education. So, under these circumstances, because he has a low tolerance, first of all, the main important thing is in his behavior, he has a low tolerance towards each and everything, and because of that, he is a great failure to deal with men and matters. That is the serious drawback in his behavior. Under these circumstances, some people will behave properly. A man who is afflicted with neuroticism, by the advice of some friend or colleague or some other parent or bosom friend, sometimes they follow in a very good system. They take some counseling and they will follow the mindfulness. That means how to live our life happily, peacefully. Oh, there is a separate video I have done. In the same channel, you can see mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Like that, they follow that as a remedy for from this neuroticism. They follow. When some people they can't follow at all, they will be adamant and they will maybe addicted sometimes to some drugs, drug abuse, cigarette, wine, taking wine, like that. Some people will be resorting to that. So for them, cognitive behavior therapy, that is CBT, that is the only treatment for such type of people who have been resorting to some bad ways. And some people who are in the middle stage, they can be set right by treating them in a most affection way, by enlightening them the mindfulness. What is mindfulness? How to live the life in a very pleasant and happy way, and how to realize its mindfulness. So that counseling is required. Very good counseling, friendly counseling, affectionate counseling by either parent or a bosom friend or some teacher, like that. So these are the ways out from this neuroticism. This is about neuroticism in brief, dear friends, and if you are impressed, please subscribe and encourage me. Thank you.